Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon, as we get ready to bring you tonight's action between the Roseburg Indians and the South Medford Panthers. It's Southwest Conference boys basketball coming up for you tonight here on The Score. We're down to the final few games of the regular season, and for the South Medford Panthers, they are looking to try and finish things out with yet another league championship. Currently sitting alone in first place, needing to win tonight and a little bit of help, they could clinch it this evening. It would be their fourth league title in 5 seasons. On the other side, the Roseburg Indians, it's been a down season, and they are looking to try and turn the page and build for the future while also honoring the seniors on their way out here in 2026. We'll see if they can pull off a memorable night here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium with a win over the top team in the Southwest Conference. It's Roseburg boys basketball coming up for you tonight here on The Score. Good evening, everybody. I'm Joey Keeran. Great to be with you for another broadcast of Roseburg High Sports here on The Score. A little bit of an earlier start time to this evening's broadcast. Due to the inclement weather that is forecasted for the region, we are getting an early start to tonight's game with Medford coming up the I-5 corridor from southern Oregon. They have a number of high passes to get over. You've got a couple eclipsing the 2,000-foot elevation mark. And with the forecast, a winter weather advisory and a winter weather warning in effect here the rest of the week, there is an opportunity that the roads could get a little bit dicey out there on the trip home for the Medford Mustangs. So the teams wanted to avoid any sort of hazardous conditions, and they bumped tonight's start time up just a little bit. The boys will be tipping off here at 6 o'clock tonight. The Roseburg girls are on the road at South Medford as well. They're tipping off early at 6 o'clock this evening down there as well. So a little bit of an earlier start time to this evening's contest, and making sure that hopefully everybody gets home in a safe and comfortable manner. So as we look outside through the windows here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, you can see some dark clouds starting to roll in after what ended up being a fairly nice afternoon with with a decent amount of blue sky. I don't want to say plenty, but with a decent amount of blue sky out there and cooler temperatures, but decent weather. We're inside where we're not too worried about what it's doing out there. Tonight, the Roseburg Indians look to get hot and see if they can play a full 4 quarters against South Medford. The last time the two teams met, back on January 27th, Roseburg was in it through an early portion of the second quarter, but South Medford went on a 20-8 run to finish the first half and then started the second half on a 12-2 run. That put them way out in front, and Roseburg, despite playing fairly even with the Panthers the rest of the way, were unable to catch up and make up the deficit after a couple of big runs by the Panthers. So tonight, the Roseburg boys will look to see if they can play a full 4 quarters and avoid those lapses where we see things get out of hand in tonight's matchup. On the other side, the South Medford Panthers, they have been rolling, averaging just over 66 points a game and giving up only 56.6 a game. This Panthers squad has won 9 straight, and they sit at 9-1 in conference play. They lost their their league opener against Sheldon, but since then they've won 9 straight, and that has put them in first place. They beat Sheldon 62-50 back on February 6th. That put them in a tie for first place in the Southwest Conference standings. And Sheldon went on after losing to South Medford. Sheldon turned around and lost 58-52 against Grants Pass, and that put South Medford into sole possession of first place. So the Panthers right now rolling. They won 3 straight before getting knocked out of the top spot in the conference standings last year when Sheldon won the league title. The Panthers looking to get back on top of the league here in 2026. Well, we've got plenty to get to here during what is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, as the Roseburg Pep Band is in attendance tonight. Roseburg Disposal, you can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We are on the radio as well as on our live video stream at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. You can head to YouTube and find us there. Hopefully you'll be able to find us no problem. It does look like YouTube might be having a few technical glitches, but we are streaming, and we do have the game up online right now. So if you are having troubles finding it and you went to the audio stream to make sure we were on the air, you can head to our Facebook page, 1490 The Score on Facebook. There's a post there about tonight's game, and in the comments section, I put a direct link to the broadcast. You can also go to 541radio.com, find the page where we stream the game, and if it's not streaming there, you can click on the YouTube logos, and it should take you right to our YouTube page to be able to find the broadcast. So hopefully everything will go all right for everybody. I did see the hashtag trending on Twitter, YouTube down, and that had me a little concerned there for a moment, but hopefully things are rolling in the right direction for everybody here tonight. The Roseburg Disposal pregame show will continue on with the Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview. We'll get a chance to talk with Roseburg coach Brett Nixon coming up here in just a few moments. While you're on our YouTube channel, if you're watching there with us, we always encourage you to hit the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on another broadcast of Roseburg High Sports here from The Score. We will be broadcasting into the spring season with Roseburg baseball coming up, so you can follow us there for coverage of Roseburg baseball on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. We'll have that there getting started in March. All right, folks, we will go ahead and take our first break in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, and when we come back, it's time to talk with head coach Brett Nixon of the Roseburg boys basketball program. That's coming up right around the corner here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. It's time now for our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview. A proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. That's Bowers Industrial. Joining us is Coach Brett Nixon for the Roseburg boys as they get ready to take on South Medford tonight. A little bit of an early tip due to the weather conditions. Everybody wants to get home safely here this evening, and as we get ready for tonight's matchup. Coach, you guys had some downtime with the Friday off, the break in that schedule. How you guys been filling your a little bit of extra time here since the last game?
Oh, a lot of scouting, a lot of trying to put in some sets, be ready for tonight to give us the best chance of maybe pulling a victory out.
How much do you still look to maybe tweak some of like the offense or defensive sets, the game plan of, kind of certain plays you might be running? Are you still looking to find ways that you can tweak things and install something new that might be fresh on tape for another team? Or is it just kind of still just working to perfect the things that you guys do and the way you want this to run?
Yeah, it's kind of a two-part answer. I think we haven't quite perfected what we're looking to do, but we're definitely putting in some wrinkles. So somebody, if they've looked at us on tape, they don't know exactly what we're going to do. So we have flipped some stuff and thrown some new out-of-bounds plays and some other looks that they might not be used to seeing. So we just kind of trying to perfect those two at the same time. So, yeah.
Yeah. At this point in the season, we're getting down to a couple of games left to go, and obviously you always want to try and do right by your seniors and send them out on a high note, give them the opportunity to kind of get that spotlight that they deserve for the years that they've put into the program. But you also start to kind of look ahead a little bit and see the guys that you have in the program that you hope to have coming back and maybe getting a chance to rely on them. You start kind of maybe giving more minutes to certain guys to give them a little bit more extra run to start building them up for the offseason and going into the next year?
It's kind of a tough decision, really, because you've got the guys that have been here and they've been in the program, and this is their last couple games, so you kind of want to let them have as much floor time as you want. But then again, you kind of want to get some of those younger guys in to see what that chemistry is going to look like, possibly looking toward the next year. So it's just kind of game by game. It depends on how the game's flowing. If I think I can play my seniors a little bit longer and leave them out there, then we're going to go with that. But and then we'll sub in the younger guys if we need to.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems as if everybody's been getting some minutes out there from the bench. Wondering how a guy that rotation might change here in the final couple of weeks of the regular season for you. We'll get an opportunity to talk more about those seniors with senior night coming up in a little bit. But going into tonight's matchup, you've got a team that's hot on the other side in South Medford. They have rallied to take over first place in the conference standings. The last time down there, you guys are a bit shorthanded. Hopefully a little bit more full strength for you here tonight from the last meeting against the Panthers. What do you take away from the first meeting and hope to try to have as keys to the game for hopefully pulling off a big upset here tonight?
Well, I mean, I think they're gonna run us. That's what they do. And if they've watched any film, they're gonna try to jump that pick and roll that we do. We've been struggling a little bit with that, so we've been trying to work on that over the last week. How we can try to anticipate that double. But yeah, just going to try to. We hung with them for a little while in the first quarter, going into the second, and then that's where we had our big letdown, and then we didn't fall much further behind for the third and fourth. So we just got to figure out how to get that. And I've beat a dead horse with you on this one. That we've talked about it. We just can't have that couple minute letdown where we really bury ourselves because we can't dig out. So just trying to figure out a way how we can keep that chemistry going. And balance the game a little better.
All right, Coach. Looking forward to it out there, and good luck tonight.
Yep, thanks, sir.
That is Coach Brett Nixon joining us here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show with our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview as we get ready for tonight's tip-off between Roseburg and South Medford. The Panthers come in at 17-6 overall, 9-1 in Southwest Conference play. For Roseburg, 0-21 this year and 0-9 in conference. It looks tough, looks bleak, but Roseburg still out there competing, looking to go into each and every matchup, trying to put up a fight and see if they can pull off a win against the teams they've got. It's not going to be easy down the stretch. Their final three games, including tonight, you've got first place South Medford. Up next is going to be second place Sheldon, who is fighting to stay in contention for that Southwest Conference crown, looking to defend their title from a year ago. And then wrapping it up with third place South Eugene. So they got the top three teams in the conference coming up next as they finish out the season here in 2026. Taking a look at what's going on in the conference, you've got South Medford at 9-1 leading the way. The Panthers currently ranked number 18 in the OSAA Power Rankings. As a league champion, they would be guaranteed a home game in the first round of the state playoffs. But after that, they would probably have a journey through road games to try and make it to the tournament site for 6A. Sheldon at number 20, South Eugene at number 30. That's the top three teams that would all get automatic qualifiers to get into the state playoffs. Grants Pass is right there with South Eugene. And any slip-ups here down the stretch by Sheldon, South Eugene, or Grants Pass, things could really change on which team gets one of the three automatic qualifying spots out of the Southwest Conference. Grants Pass is half a game behind South Eugene right now. They've played one extra conference game. They are off to Grants Pass is playing tonight. The off team is Willamette this evening. Grants Pass is number 27 in the power rankings, a little ahead of South Eugene, but they would have to get in as an at-large team to the postseason if they stay in fourth place. 32 teams get into the 6A bracket, so at 27, Grants Pass feels like they're in a safe spot of getting into the 6A state playoffs. North Medford's at number 41 at 3-6 in league play. Willamette at number 43 at 2-8, and Roseburg at number 49 at 0-9 in conference play. The conference not the strongest based off the power rankings this year. We'll see if the Southwest Conference can stun some teams heading into the postseason. Prior to tonight's varsity matchup, the JV game went final. It was a 61-37 score in favor of the South Medford Panthers, picking up the victory. We're going to be, let's see here. We're starting at 6 o'clock-ish. We got a couple more minutes left to go on the pregame warm-ups. We may not really get there, but coming up tonight at 7:30, the University of Oregon men's basketball team is taking on the Minnesota Golden Gophers tonight. They tip off at 7:30. Pregame coverage will start at 7 o'clock. You can tune in and find that on our news partner, News Radio 93.9 FM at 1240 KQEN. Pregame will start right around the time that we're kind of hitting the home stretch of our game. So you can stay here for some Roseburg High School basketball. And then once we go off the air, you can flip on over and catch the Oregon Ducks on our news partner, News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. Coming up at halftime, got told that we're going to have a pretty special event going on. It is the Bidwell Foundation. It's a scholarship free throw shooting contest. Both contests, there's a boys and a girls contest. They're guaranteed at least $500 towards a scholarship, but could win $1,000 towards a scholarship. So we'll be telling you more about that coming up at halftime, thanks to the Bidwell Foundation. That'll be pretty cool to see coming up here in just a little while. All right, it's just about time to get this one underway. We've got the anthem and then starting lineups coming up for you, so don't go anywhere. We are wrapping up tonight's Roseburg Disposal pregame show. That's Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We'll be back after a 2-minute timeout with your starting lineups, brought to you by Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service, woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. Back after this 2-minute timeout on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Okay, go ahead and fire.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Welcome you back here to Roseburg High School, where the pep band has performed tonight's national anthem. Always a great rendition from the students up in the upper section with the instruments. All right, it's time now for our Southern Septic Service starting lineups. That is Southern Septic Service, woman and veteran-owned, a proud supporter of our local sports teams. All right, your starting five for the visiting South Medford Panthers, led by head coach James Whiteman in his 10th year, leading the program. It'll be George Pacheco, a freshman, averaging 7.2 a game. You've got Jake Von Strahl, a senior, averaging 7.2. Quentin Ritchie, second-team All-Southwest Conference selection as a junior last year, now a senior, averaging 7.6 a game. Joey Clevenger, an honorable mention All-Southwest Conference selection as a junior last year. He is averaging 11.7 a game. And then rounding out the starting five is senior at 6'5", averaging 11.8 a game. That is Jed Johnson. Now time for the starting lineups for your Roseburg Indians, led by Coach Brett Nixon in his first season. It's going to be senior Marcus Lobo getting the start tonight. He's averaging 2.6 a game, has been usually a staple off the bench early for the Indians, getting into the lineup tonight. Harrison Scott, a senior, leading scorer, averaging 17.3. Tristan Frabel, the junior, averaging 6.8 a game. He has been hot here down the stretch, getting double figures in a number of games, and a majority of them here in the last couple of weeks. Then you've got Jaden Kemmerly, a senior, averaging 8 points a game. And then rounding out the starting five will be junior Gannon Egbert, averaging 3.6 a game for Roseburg. That is a look at your Southern Septic Service starting lineups as we get ready for tip-off here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Wearing road charcoal gray uniforms with South Medford in script across the front of the jerseys. Blue numbers outlined in white. Blue numbers outlined in white on the back as well. Blue and white trim up and down vertically on the sides of the jerseys for the Panthers. Roseburg wearing the home white uniforms, orange numbers on the front and the back. Roseburg across the chest in orange, and the orange trim around the edges of the uniforms. Moving right to left on your radio dial is South Medford. They will win the opening tip, and driving in, kicking out, a three from the left side, comes up short for Von Strahl. The rebound somehow gets tipped all the way out to the top to him. He tries to find a cutter. It's off the hands. A shot on the redirect. That was Jed Johnson on the second chance points, and he could not get it to fall in. The ball tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Roseburg. We've got 18 seconds off the clock. Brief uniform adjustment. Full court press from South Medford. Inbound to Harrison Scott in the backcourt, facing double team pressure. He launches it up the floor, gets it to Kemmerly across the floor into the corner. A triple by Frabel is off the mark, but a rebound by Egbert gets hit, and he'll get the bucket, gives Roseburg the early lead. Gannon Egbert, offensive rebound, putback is good, and he draws a whistle. He'll head to the free throw line, and Gannon Egbert will get a chance to make a traditional three-point play for Roseburg. Nice start there for the Indians, facing that full court press. It's been a bugaboo for Roseburg throughout the season as Egbert will roll in the and one. He's got 3 points. Roseburg's on the board first. It's 3-0 in the opening 30 seconds. Bounce extended free throw line left side underneath from the blocks. It is just a bit off the mark. Rolls off for Pacheco. With the rebound is Lobo up the floor. Pushes a pass into the corner to Kemmerly. They go underneath to Egbert. He draws a double team. Will kick out to Lobo, far side, wing three. Just a bit off the mark underneath. Egbert fighting for the board. Couldn't get position. And it's pulled down by the Panthers. Up the right side of the floor. One-hand dribble out to the top. And it's Pacheco taking it to the right side. He'll reset the offense in the half court. Hands it off to Clevenger. Drives through the middle. Gets it off the backboard. A bucket. And he'll head to the line looking to try and tie us up in this one as he gets the first points for the Panthers. Joey Clevenger didn't play in the last game against Roseburg. I believe he's been dealing with an injury. He might have been sick at one point and missed a game or two, but he is in the lineup tonight. And honorable mention All-Southwest Conference selection, averaging in double figures. He will bury the free throw. He is a 68% free throw shooter, and he puts it through to tie us up at 3-all. Full court pressure once again. In fact, 4 defenders in the backcourt. Jaden Kemmerly trying to bring it up for Roseburg behind the back dribble. Gets it into the front court. And now Roseburg can set up that half-court offense. A short handoff to Frabel. Cuts over to the left hand. Goes to the elbow. Picks up the dribble. Has to find help. Gets it to Lobo. Finds a cutter in Egbert. Gets underneath. Got the shot up. Got redirected. But he will draw the whistle. And that gives The Roseburg Indians once again a chance at free throws. Egbert goes back to the free throw line. So Gannon Egbert already has been at the line once, looking to keep it going here as he heads back there. He knocks down the first. It's been all Gannon Egbert so far as they try to feed him underneath. He's the tallest guy out there for Roseburg here to start. He hits both of his free throws, and Gannon Egbert off to a 5-0 start for Roseburg. 5-3, Roseburg in front. South Medford with the basketball. About a minute and a half ticked away on the game clock. Out at the top, an open look, didn't take it. Pass away underneath with the basketball. Clevenger had it stripped out of his hands, and Roseburg will have a steal. Harrison Scott's going to race it up the floor. In traffic, he'll draw it back out. Bounce it. He thought that Kemmerly was going to cut to the basket. He retreated into the corner. The bounce pass went to the blocks, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover by Roseburg into the hands of the Panthers, looking to try and tie it up on a 2 or take a lead on a 3. 5-3, 2 minutes away here in the opening period of this Southwest Conference basketball game. Left-hand dribble, pass away to Von Strahl, get it to the left elbow. With the basketball, Clevenger out to the top. A long 2 by Johnson. No, gets his own rebound, attacks, and he'll put it down. And we are tied at 5. 5:40 to go, first quarter. Getting it across the timeline, jumping to get to the basketball across the midcourt stripe was Egbert. No-look pass underneath. Now an extra pass to Egbert. He gets the open look on the weak side, and Gannon Egbert continues to be the scorer for Roseburg. 7-5. 5:22 to go in the opening period. A short jumper from 10 feet is good for Jake Von Strahl. And we're tied once again. Quickly up the floor, and Roseburg will turn it over, trying to press it up the floor quickly against that press from Medford. Jump stop, lost the handle, taken away by Kemmerly. And Roseburg with another steal. Push it up the floor, find the cutter. Gannon Egbert, have a day. Gannon Egbert with 9 points in the opening period has Roseburg in front 9-7, and a timeout taken by South Medford. We'll take a 30-second break. 9-7, Roseburg in front early on here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. 5:01 to go in the opening period of the ball game, and Roseburg leading this one 9-7 against South Medford. 2 points has been the largest lead of the game for Roseburg. South Medford has not led. They run their play in the front court, tried to feed a pass through the middle, and it goes off the hands of Jed Johnson out of bounds. Roseburg gets another takeaway, forcing the turnover by the Panthers. Now they'll go out and break, and Jaden Kemmerly a chance to try and get the first points by someone not named Gannon Egbert. Kemmerly breaking out, gets the run out, and it's 11-7, Roseburg in front by 4. Driving in, rolls off the rim for South Medford. That was Pacheco, George Pacheco, the freshman. You also have Levi Pacheco, a junior. But George out there misses. It rolls off. The rebound was pulled down by South Medford, but stepping on the baseline, Jed Johnson turns it over. Harrison Scott handling the basketball through the center circle, angles right side. Picks it up at the wing, pressured. He'll send it across to the left side of the floor. Frabel with it, crossover, goes left hand, drives baseline, gets cut off. Stuck on the baseline, he'll turn it over. Nearing the midway point, up the floor, and right to the rim with a head fake. Jed Johnson soars to the iron, and he'll put it down. Back to a 2-point game. 11-9, Roseburg in front. Substitutions coming in for South Medford. And it looks like Roseburg will answer as well. Baseline runner, no. Gannon Egbert underneath. He is slow to get up. Numbers in favor of South Medford. And laying it off the backboard and down. Quentin Ritchie will get his first points to tie us up. Egbert does get back up and tries to post up in the middle. A pull-up jumper. Jaden Kemmerly right in the middle of the lane. No problem to put Roseburg back in front by 2, 13-11. on the far side. Back out to the top, reset. Pacheco will have it at the top. Scotty Miller has checked into the game for South Medford. He is the new player out there after that last time out. He'll launch a three from the left side. Back iron, no. And clearing everything out, Roseburg gets the rebound. It is Harrison Scott that gets the board, brings it up the floor, hands it back to Frable to set up the half-court offense. Draws out towards midcourt. As the clock ticks down to 23 seconds on the shot clock, attacks left side, gets around the edge, tries to drive to the rim, draws a blocking foul, and that'll go against George Pacheco. 3 team fouls against Medford, 1 against Roseburg. Frable will check out of the game as Preston Sprague will come in for Roseburg. Also coming out, Jed Johnson and Jake Von Strahl both checking out of the game for Medford. Into the game came Sammy Huxtable and also Pierce Ashley. Inbound pass tipped out of the bounds on the far side. Pierce Ashley averages 3 points a game. Last time against Roseburg went off for 15 in that game. So he'll be one to watch off the bench. Inbound goes into the backcourt for Egbert. He'll bring it into the front court with 30 on the shot clock. Short pass to Lobo. Lobo into the right corner. Short handoff to Kemmerly. Kemmerly drives to the free throw line, stops in the lane, turnaround jumper, back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Scotty Miller. Pacheco sends it left side into the corner, gets it back at the left wing, tries to attack, gets cut off, out to Miller at the top. Miller push pass into the right corner, gets it back at the wing. Looking for those cutters through the lane, he finds Quentin Ritchie, turnaround jumper, buries it. Ritchie's got 4 in the period, he ties this up at 13 all. Quickly, Roseburg going down the other direction, trying to beat the press from South Medford. Kemmerly looks to attack. Jump stop, had it knocked out of his hands. Couldn't hang on to it. South with the takeaway, lob up the floor, and Miller's going to draw a whistle, and then South Medford follows the play. It won't count as it goes down, and had a collision from a couple of teammates. Heading to the free throw line, I believe, is going to be Scotty Miller as the foul goes against Roseburg's Gannon Egbert, who picks up his first. He has been a lightning rod to start out the ball game. 9 points for Gannon Egbert to get this one started. At the free throw line will be Scotty Miller. Miller, a 63% free throw shooter, looking to give South Medford their first lead of the night. And he will. Hits the front end. Checking into the game will be Johnny Clevenger, a sophomore, getting the call up and getting into the action here tonight. South Medford is without Mason Lupton, a sophomore who could not make it with the team because of snow in Ashland, where he lives. He couldn't get to the team bus in Medford for the trip up here. And so he got snowed in. Almost a turnover in the backcourt by Egbert. He's able to get it back, tried to throw it up the floor. It got tipped by South Medford out of bounds in front of us here, down by the scorer's table. Roseburg will have it with 30 on the shot clock. They'll inbound from the near sideline. Lobo sends it into the backcourt. Harrison Scott, one-on-one pressure, races into the front court, lost the basketball but gets it back. He'll launch a deep three. It's short, and the rebound pulled down by Miller. Miller almost lost it on the outlet pass. Gets it to Clevenger. That was Johnny Clevenger. Tried to break away. Lost the handle, but now gets a steal against Preston Sprague. And laying it in will be Pacheco. And South Medford on a run. They are up by 4, their largest lead of the night. 1:35 to go. Timeout taken by Roseburg. The Indians were leading throughout much of this first quarter. They find themselves down by 4 as South Medford has gone on a run. 17-13 our score. Roseburg with the timeout. We'll take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Out of the timeout by the Tribe, they'll have the basketball with 1:35 to go in the first quarter. Harrison Scott inbounding. He tried to, I think it was intended for Gannon Egbert. Egbert sealed things off but could not quite get free, and he might have thought it was for somebody else. Jaden Kemmerly was in position to almost get to it, but it was just out of his reach. It goes into the South Medford bench, and a turnover by Roseburg out of the timeout. Under a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. South Medford leading. Scotty Miller will hit a three from the right corner. First three by either side. And South Medford now suddenly up by 7. Their full court press putting pressure on Roseburg. Almost a turnover. Knocked out of bounds on the far side. The Indians will keep it. Roseburg at least on a 7-0 run by Medford. And we get a whistle away from the basketball. Hold called against South Medford. It'll go against Scotty Miller, I believe they said. Yep, Scotty Miller. 4th team foul against the Panthers. Inbound from the far sideline. Bounce it into Egbert. Circles to the free throw line. Hands it off to Preston Sprague. Sprague kicks out right side. Kemmerly tries to feed it right back to Preston. And Preston, falling out of bounds, throws it off of a South Medford player. Roseburg will keep the possession with 25 on the shot clock. 66 on the bench, or on the game clock here. 66 seconds left to go. Kemmerly sends it out to the top. Lobo angles left side. Picks up the dribble at the wing. Preston Sprague dumps it under the middle, and it's off the mark. Picked off by Miller. Miller forces it up the floor, and therefore a defensive take was Preston Sprague. Tried to block that one at the rim. Gets whistled for the foul. Preston will pick up his first after coming off the bench here in this first quarter. It'll be the first on him with 48.5 to go. It sends Quentin Ritchie to the free throw line.
Ritchie at the line, shoot one.
I think they counted the bucket. Yeah, they did. Quentin Ritchie gets the and one here. This is 22-13, and he will hit the and one. So Ritchie now with 7 points in this first quarter, and it's out to a 10-point lead in a blink of an eye for South Medford. Harrison Scott out at the top around a screen. Gannon Egbert goes down after trying to set the screen, and we're going to get a whistle. Harrison Scott tried to get the continuation on a three-point shot. Will not, but we do get to the bonus, and it'll be free throws for Roseburg here. At the free throw line will be Harrison Scott with 34.8 to go. Tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall. Family and Cosmetics Dentistry. That is Dr. Alanson Randall. First free throw goes down for Scott. And by Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. 1 out of 2 at the line by Harrison Scott. And South Medford with the basketball. Final 30 seconds of the first period. Shot clock turned off. Out at the top, Johnny Clevenger hands it off to Scotty Miller. Miller, hesitation dribble, goes back to his left, between the legs for Clevenger, almost lost the handle. Back out to the top, 15 seconds to go. With the basketball, Ritchie. Looking for a screen, he goes to the right, around another screen, pulls up for the elbow jumper, no. Rebound by Johnny Clevenger, shot before the horn, no. Another third attempt, a foul, and the bucket for South Medford. They got 3 looks in the final 15 seconds and finally able to get one to go down. Johnny Clevenger will head to the free throw line for the three-point play and looking to stretch it to a 12-point lead here in the first quarter. Clevenger's free throw rattles out, no good. And we're going to get, there was a whistle on the free throw attempt. I'm not sure if they're going to call a foul. It was on I'm trying to figure out who the foul's on. And they're trying to figure out how much time to put on the clock. They called the foul. I thought I heard him say 2, but there's no 2 for South Medford. And I feel like I keep hearing I think they're calling 2.6 on the game clock. There, they've got that fixed. I'm not sure who the foul was on that one, but either way, South Medford turned that over. First quarter here, 25-14 our score. Harrison Scott going to launch it from three-quarter court. Not quite enough. And we will head to the second period. At the end of one, it's 25-14. South Medford in front on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back for the second quarter here from Roseburg High School. Indians start with the basketball. Driving in, Harrison Scott will lay one in. And Roseburg will start with the scoring here in the second quarter, trying to overcome an 11-point deficit. Harrison Scott, his first field goal of the night. He's got 3 in the ball game. It's 25-16. Pass across the floor, off the mark by Scotty Miller, and South Medford will turn it over. The turnovers by South Medford definitely helped out Roseburg early going to that first quarter. They settled in, and Roseburg had some turnovers of their own and allowed South to go on a run. Indians with the basketball, drawing out. Frable is going to go all the way out towards midcourt, looking to drive. Hands off to Harrison Scott. He'll launch a deep 3, and it will go down. Harrison Scott knocks down a 3. It'd be great to get him going. You know he could be a sharpshooter from long range. Opening minute of the second quarter, Harrison Scott with 5 already. And it's 25-19, and Roseburg almost another takeaway. South Medford gets it back, driving in. A blocking foul called on Egbert. Quentin Ritchie will draw the whistle, and Egbert's going to quickly pick up his second here in the ball game. Oh, excuse me, they call that on Gavin Michael. Gavin Michael and Gannon Egbert, 14 and 15, and they kind of have similar builds to them. I mistake them there. So not in the ball game as Gannon Egbert's not in there. He's still going to have the 1. That'll be the first on Gavin Michael. And at the free throw line, Quentin Ritchie will bury his first with another one coming. 7:01 to play here in the first half. Roseburg on a run to start out the second quarter. Got it down to a 6-point ball game. Second free throw, no good for Ritchie. Fight for the rebound underneath, knocked out by South Medford. Panthers' largest lead was at 12 in that first period. Right now a 7-point game. Scott will inbound to Michael. Gets it back as a double team came. They knock over Gavin Michael, and Harrison Scott, plenty of room to bring it up the floor and plenty of room to step into a deep 3 once again. He buries another one. It's a 4-point game as Harrison Scott gets his second 3 of the night. Driving right side, step around the defense. It rolls off the iron for Ashley, and the rebound stolen away by Roseburg. Harrison Scott will have it, and South Medford retreats. No full court press. Harrison Scott into the front court. Chance to cut it down to a 1-possession game. Goes around a screen. He's going to step back into another deep 3. It's off the back of the iron. No. Rebound. Long one comes out to Kemmerly. He'll fire it across the floor. Frable steps into a 3. He's got it. And the three's starting to drop for Roseburg here in the second quarter. They're back within one. It's 26-25. The left-hand dribble driving in. Ritchie, too strong. Rebound. Putback is good for Jed Johnson. He's got 6 in the ball game. Stretches it back out to a 3-point game. Roseburg getting some shots to drop. They're back in this one after trailing by as many as 12. Harrison Scott right side. Looking to drive left side. Stops at the elbow, fire across the floor, and it is picked off. Takeaway by Clevenger. He'll go right to the rim. Can't finish with the left hand, and Preston Sprague will get the rebound. And then in the transition, a foul called against South. Preston Sprague, we usually see him go pretty hard at a guy driving to the rim in the transition, but he kind of deked the Joey Clevenger on his attack and take. And I think just kind of that pressure got Clevenger out of his rhythm, and the lay-in breakaway that should have been fairly easy rolled out. Across the timeline, angling left side. Scott into the corner. Looks for help, launches it out to the top. Lucky that Kemmerly's there. He goes right side, steps around some defense, gets a shot up. No, rebound tipped around. It'll go to the Panthers. As Roseburg retreats back the other direction. In the lane, pull-up jumper, no. Underneath, fight for the board. It's Johnson, gets it to a teammate. And Pacheco gets the board, gets the feed and gets it to go down. Makes it a 5-point game, 30-25. Across the floor, Frabel draws it back out. A crossover, going to the left hand. Gets to the extended free throw line left side, and oh man, what a shot by Tristan Frabel. He didn't have a lot of space to work with, but he gets it up and knocks it down. Out at the top, Pacheco goes right side, finds a man in the corner, driving in, a one-hand pushback across the baseline. Open look at a 12-foot jumper. And Jed Johnson with the 2. He's got 4 in the period. Back out to a 5-point lead for the Panthers. Roseburg hanging in there. Making a charge here in the second quarter, trying to stay in this game and not let it get out of control like it did in that first quarter. Gavin Michael holds out at the top, bounce it away left side. Frabel circles back out to try and reset. He's got Pacheco all over him. Attacks left side, got into a crowd of defenders, forces up a shot, gets tied up, and it's a jump ball. It'll go to South Medford on the possession arrow. Back into the game for Jaden Kemmerly will come Gannon Egbert. So Egbert got a bit of a rest after a big first quarter, putting up 9 points in the first period. Egbert back into the contest. Out at the top with the basketball, Von Strahl. Bounce it away to the right elbow. Backing out, looking for Von Strahl on the backdoor cutter. The give and go is there for the Panthers. Von Strahl gets his bucket. First points of the second quarter. Makes it a 7-point game. Across the perimeter, driving right side. Gavin Michael lost the handle, tried to save it back in, and it goes to the Panthers. Pacheco feeds it to Ritchie, and Ritchie lost his footing, and he shuffles his feet in the lane. Turnover by South Medford with 3:26 to go here in the first half. 34-27 our ball game. And front by 7 is South Medford. One-on-one coverage in the backcourt. Harrison Scott walks it across the timeline into the front court. He'll go left side, draws a whistle as a double team came, and they came a bit too aggressively. Going to call that on Jake Von Strahl. Inbound from the far sideline. Scotty Miller will check into the game, and Marcus Lobo will come back in for Roseburg. Gavin Michael will head back to the bench. Harrison Scott triggers the inbound from the far side, gets it into Lobo near the midcourt stripe. Roseburg will set things up. Lobo, hesitation dribble, almost had it poked away, able to hand it off to Frabel, who will come and get it and reset things up on the right side of the floor. Goes opposite of a screen to the right elbow, gets harassed by a double team, gives it up. Up the floor with it, and a lay-in for George Pacheco. Back out to a 9-point lead for South Medford. Hesitation dribble, get in the middle, tried to put up a wild shot, not able to go. Preston Sprague got the loose ball, went up with one, got his own rebound, and tried for a third rebound, but couldn't get it, got stripped, and went into the hands of Gannon Egbert, and I believe Egbert's going to the free throw line. Gannon Egbert has been a force in today's ball game. Last time against South Medford, he only had 2 points, but he has been active in the offense here tonight, looking for his first points of the second quarter. He will head to the free throw line with 2:37 to play, and Roseburg down by 9. He will not be able to get the first one to go. First miss at the line for Egbert. Tonight's game brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine. Expect the unexpected at Evergreen Family Medicine. Serving Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, and Sutherland, Evergreen offers more than traditional primary care. You can always expect more from Evergreen. Egbert goes back to the line. And he gets the second. Up the floor. It is 36-28. Driving in left hand, Miller, no. Rebound, offensive putback, no. Rebound gets the third attempt, and he's able to get it to go in to stretch it back out to a 10-point lead. 3 attempts on that possession for the Panthers, and then they call a quick timeout. It's a full timeout for Coach James Whiteman, and the South Medford Panthers will sneak in a 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
(38-28). Roseburg's been challenging to try and keep this one close. South Medford's been able to keep them at an arm's distance, and they've stretched it back out to a double-digit game here with about 2:20 left to go in the first half. Tonight's game brought to you by Waldron's Outdoor Sports. Whether it's hunting season or fishing season, whatever it is, they've got you covered with the supplies you need. Check them out at their new location at 450 Northeast Stevens in Roseburg. That's Waldron's Outdoor Sports. Out of the timeout, Roseburg with the basketball. Harrison Scott, some fancy dribbling, has it poked away, and South Medford will get the steal out of the timeout. Up the floor, a lot of space, open look. Quentin Ritchie puts it down. Not what I'm sure Coach Brett Nixon wanted to see out of that turn of events there. Left a guy wide open after the turnover. Dump it in underneath. Looking to attack Gannon Egbert. I really like what I'm seeing out of Gannon Egbert. He has been aggressive in the offense, trying to get underneath. He's drawn a lot of whistles, and he is headed back to the free throw line for the 4th time here in the first half. So far, he is 4 for 5 at the stripe. Egbert flushes the first. Have a chance at another one here. Goes 1 of 2 at the line. Rebound pulled down by the Panthers. Up the right side of the floor. Out to the top. Hesitation. Step back for a 3 by George Pacheco. He's got his first of the night. And it's a 14-point lead, largest margin of the night for South Medford. Scott picks it up in the backcourt. Bounces it across the timeline to Sprague. Preston, jump pass, stolen away. Scotty Miller with the takeaway, feeds it, and a hack by Preston Sprague will stop the attack for Jed Johnson, and Johnson will get a chance to head to the free throw line. Preston Sprague will pick up his second foul, and Jed Johnson will have a chance at 2 free throws. First one hits the front of the iron and rolls in. First trip to the line for Jed Johnson. Today's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC. That's Palm Wealth Management. Both free throws good for Johnson. He will check out of the game. So does Quentin Ritchie. Coming in are Sammy Huxtable and Johnny Clevenger. Minute 22 to go in the first half. 45-29. Running the point, Marcus Lobo had it knocked away, able to keep it in bounds. Scotty Miller, no. Fight for the rebound. It's picked up by South. Attacking left side is Atchley. He'll get there and lay it in. Steal and points. 47-29. And a run here at the end of the first half by South Medford, similar to what we saw at South Medford earlier in the season. Under a minute to go. Into the corner. Step back a three by Harrison Scott. That'll stop the bleeding. His third three of the period. 47-32. At the rim. Blocked out of bounds by Gannon Egbert. On the take by South Medford. .1 to go. Inbound, knocked away by Lobo. It goes to Egbert. He tosses it up the floor. Harrison Scott has an open lane to the rim. He will lay it in. Harrison Scott, a big second quarter. And Roseburg, a little bit of a run. They've gotten it back to within 13. Into the front court, under 30 seconds to go. Pass right side. With the basketball, Huxtable gives it away to Miller. Between the circles, looking to the right side of the floor. Back to the left, gets it to Clevenger. That's Johnny, the younger brother of Joey Clevenger. Drawing out, Pacheco draws a whistle. I'm going to call the foul against Tristan Frabel. Frabel will pick up his first. Inbound from the near sideline. No free throws on that one. Still a couple of fouls to go before free throws for South Medford. They run an inbound play. Attacking on the right side was Pacheco, challenged by Lobo, and he alters the shot. It falls off. Down to seconds to go. A three by Harrison Scott almost went down. And we go to the halftime break. It's a 13-point lead. It was out a little bit bigger for South Medford for a moment. Roseburg able to minimize the damage. They go in down by 13, and they'll look to try and see if they can make a run to start things in the third quarter. At the break, 47-34. We'll come back here for your halftime show. It's the Bidwell Foundation free throw shooting contest for scholarship money coming up at the halftime break. We'll get you some details on that. Plus, we'll check on stats from the first half and get you all caught up on everything going on. Back in just a moment on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
One of the many things that your generosity has allowed us to do is start the Josh Bidwell Foundation Scholarship Program.
Here at the halftime break, it is 47-34, South Medford in front of Roseburg. They're doing a presentation down on the floor for the Bidwell Foundation as they will be doing a free throw shooting contest. I believe we are starting out with the girls shooting competition. Amelia Van Dyke and Peyton Stahl will be going off. The winner of the free throw shooting competition will get a $1,000 scholarship. The second place finisher, there's only two of them, but getting $500. So that'll be going on here at the halftime break as we get you caught up with this one. It was a tight first half. Roseburg led much of the first quarter in this one, but never by more than 2 points. Ended up trailing by 25-14 at the end of the first quarter. It was a competitive first quarter, but unfortunately for Roseburg, some turnovers down the stretch allowed South Medford to go on a run. And during that run, they were able to pull out by 11. But the Roseburg would fight their way back, and they'd get it down to as few as 6 in the second quarter. And in that second quarter, South Medford, though, would go back on a run, and they would finish that first half on another run that gets them back out by a double-digit lead. So they have the advantage, 47-34 here at the halftime break. Largest lead, I think, was 16 at one point. As for some of the team numbers from the first half, Roseburg with 4 3-pointers, and they end up going 6 for 9 at the free throw line. For South Medford, it's Amelia Van Dyke that is the winner of the $1,000 scholarship.
Congratulations to both of you guys.
So she is our winner in the girls competition.
Next we have Hayden Weir and McLean Stedman.
And now we've got the boys competition. That'll be McLean Stedman and Hayden Weir squaring off. For South Medford, 2 3-pointers in that one. They end up going 6 for 8 at the free throw line in the first half. We'll take a look at individual statistics here coming up as we get ready for your Winston Auto Care halftime stat update. We'll have that for you. Winston Auto Care, your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. Give them a call at 541-679-8685. Bidwell Foundation handing out some scholarship money here at halftime. Free throw shooting contest to try and win $1,000 in scholarship money. Right now, Hayden Weir there on the right side, McLean Stedman on the left side, shooting for the scholarship money. So we'll see how things go here. They've got 25 seconds to go. They've got a T-shirt cannon that is looking to take people's heads off out there, but in good fun. We'll see here. They're down to 15 seconds to go. Hayden Weir over here on the right side again, competing against McLean Stedman. That T-shirt cannon sounds very impressive. See how this one continues to finish out here. Got 3 on one side for Hayden Weir. It's going to be McLean Stedman that is your winner for the boys competition, earning a $1,000 scholarship money, $500 for Hayden Weir. McLean Stedman, Hayden Weir, and Amelia Van Dyke and Peyton Stahl, congratulations on earning the scholarship money from the Bidwell Foundation tonight. Thanks so much for the Bidwell Foundation for that sponsorship this evening. That's pretty awesome to see. The Bidwell Foundation doing a lot of great stuff for youth athletics here in Douglas County. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we will take a look at the individual stats from the first half and our Winston Auto Care stat update on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
At the halftime break, it is 47-34. South Medford Panthers leading against the Roseburg Indians. Joey Keeran here with you as we make our way towards the second half. We'll take a look at your Winston Auto Care stat update. Again, Winston Auto Care, your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. Call them at 541-679-8685. For the visiting South Medford Panthers in double figures with 10 points, Jed Johnson. Also, Quentin Ritchie with 10. 9 points for George Pacheco. 6 for Scotty Miller. 4 for Jake Von Strahl. 3 for Joey Clevenger. 2 for Pierce Ashley. And 2 for Johnny Clevenger. On the other side, for the Roseburg Indians, leading the way with 14 is Harrison Scott. He scores 13 in the second quarter. After 9 in the first quarter, Gannon Egbert has 11 at halftime. 5 points for Tristan Frabel, 4 for Jaden Kemmerly tonight, and that is your scores from the first half for the Roseburg boys. Quick reminder that there is the pregame show coming up for Oregon men's basketball starting at 7 o'clock on our news partner, News Radio 93.9 FM at 1240 KQEN. And tip-off coming up at 7:30 tonight as the Oregon Ducks take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. You can find that game on our news partner, News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. So stick with us through the rest of this game and then flip on over for Ducks basketball starting at 7:30. We'll go ahead and take our final break of the halftime show. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half as we continue on. Roseburg and South Medford squaring off in a Southwest Conference matchup tonight here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Douglas County is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Third quarter action from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium about to get underway. Tonight's contest brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You gotta get to Gibbs. Well, we've got Roseburg in the home white. South Medford in the visiting, it's a charcoal gray color, the dark color for the visiting team this evening. We'll flip sides of the floor here as we get ready for the third quarter. Roseburg looking to try and get a strong go of it in the third quarter, see if they can cut down this deficit by a bit, stay in this game, and maybe make a fourth quarter of it. It's going to be Roseburg basketball to start the second half. Lobos, Scott, Egbert, Kemmerly, and Frabel out on the floor to start the third quarter. Got to get 8 minutes up on the board. There we go. Ready to get this one underway. For South Medford, it's Ritchie. Inbound pass intended for Egbert. Tried to catch him off guard. It goes through his hands up the floor. A shot tipped out of bounds by Harrison Scott. And so Roseburg will get the defensive stop, but South Medford will keep the possession. You've got Jed Johnson, Quentin Ritchie, Joey Clevenger, George Pacheco, and Jake Von Strahl, the original starting five, out on the floor to begin the second half for South Medford. Inbound, long two from the baseline, splashes in for Clevenger. And the first two of the second half goes to South Medford. Roseburg will turn it over, lob up the floor. Here goes Ritchie to the rim. No, but the rebound wide open and an easy putback for Jed Johnson. And that's a quick 2, and now a turnover on the inbound by Roseburg, and this is exactly the opposite of what they needed. Driving in, stripped out of his hands, but getting the loose ball. Quentin Ritchie is there. And a timeout taken by Roseburg, just 39 seconds into the third quarter. Roseburg will use the timeout. Excuse me, that'll be a Roseburg timeout. And it is 51, make that 53-34. Back after a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Roseburg Sports here on the score, brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by McClendon Smokehouse on West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. 6-0 run by South Medford to start out the third quarter. Roseburg basketball facing the press from the Panthers. Inbound goes back to Kemmerly. He'll work one-on-one to bring the ball up the floor against Jed Johnson. Gets to the midcourt stripe. Pass it into the middle. Intended for Egbert, off target and taken away by South. Spin move up the floor by George Pacheco. Kick it left corner. Knocked out of the hands, out of bounds. It'll stay with South Medford on this end of the floor. Ball out of bounds with 28 seconds to go on the shot clock. Lob into the middle. It goes into Clevenger. Back out to Von Strahl. Into the middle for Ritchie. Shot was halfway down before it lips out of the cylinder. A rebound pulled down by Harrison Scott. Up the floor. Didn't feel the weak side pressure coming. Up and a two-hand flush. Thrown down by Jed Johnson. Johnson with 4 in the period. So far it's been all South Medford to start the second half. 55-34. Back out to now out to a 21-point lead for the Panthers. Scott almost lost the handle. Looks for the baseline cutter, not quite there. Lob into the middle. Quick pull-up jumper. Doesn't go for Egbert, and the rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll go to South. .6:17 to play here in the third quarter. Pacheco bounce it away right side for Clevenger. Jake Von Strahl sends it up to Ritchie at the top, drives in the lane, stops just inside the free throw, gives it off to Clevenger at the baseline, looks for the cutter, finger roll, drops down for Von Strahl. 57-34. Scott weaves his way up into the front court, fakes the handoff, has a look at a three, knocks it down and a whistle. 4-3 of the night. And did we get a technical foul in there as well? Might have been a technical called against Gannon Egbert. So they call a foul on South Medford on the three-point shot, and then Gannon Egbert's going to draw a technical foul. So at the free throw line will be Harrison Scott, and he doesn't make the technical free throw. Or he doesn't make the and one free throw, and now we get technical free throws on the other side for South Medford. And shooting those is going to be George Pacheco, who is a 75% free throw shooter.
George Pacheco at the line, shoot 2.
Pacheco's first trip to the free throw line on the night. He rattles in the first. One more to come. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Both of them go through for Pacheco. And now the possession will go to South Medford, inbounding out near midcourt. The Panthers came out of the locker room and have been offensively on top of their game. Step back, drive through, hesitation, Euro step, jump stop, give it away. Driving now to the left side, pull up for the mid-range jumper. Knocks through for Quentin Ritchie. Applying pressure in the full court. South Medford almost knocks it away from Roseburg in the backcourt. Across the timeline, Lobo driving in, tries the scoop shot. It's redirected, pulled down by the Panthers. Up the floor, here comes Clevenger. Dump it over the left side, finds a wide open Quentin Ritchie in transition. 63-37 is your score. Preston Sprague and Trey Brown getting ready to check in for Roseburg. Gannon Egbert tried to draw a foul on setting a screen, and now we get a whistle. It is called against Joey Clevenger. So Brown and Sprague will check in for Egbert and Frabel. That is Jed Johnson that checks out of the game. Coming in is Sammy Huxtable for South Medford. Harrison Scott takes it out to the top as we're getting close to the midway point of this third quarter. Step back long two from Harrison Scott. Came up short. Rebound tipped out to Marcus Lobo. Roseburg will get a second look. Trey Brown with a double team. Sends it all the way across the floor. Step back three in the corner by Kimmerly off the mark. And it is caught underneath by Jake Von Strahl. Von Strahl bringing it up the left side. Hands it off to Pacheco on the left sideline. Crossover dribble, goes left, pulls up at the free throw line. Out to the top, a straightaway three, no. Rebound, though, tipped into the hands of Von Strahl. He'll get a look at it. Second chance points, good for South Medford, 65-37. Attacking on the left side, Brown kicks it into the right corner for Kemmerly. It's short. Underneath, it's all Panthers, pulled down by South. Up the floor, pressing it, getting to the rim. Preston Sprague thought he had a clean block, gets whistled. And Sprague's going to pick up his third. And it's going to send Joey Clevenger to the free throw line, where he's a 68% shooter, 1 for 1 at the line tonight. His first free throw goes down. Our coverage of high school sports here on The Score is sponsored by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. One more free throw to go here for Clevenger, and it rolls off. Rebound pulled down by Preston Sprague. Lob up to midcourt. Brown will hand it off with a full head of steam. Goes Harry Scott driving up to the rim. He can't get it to fall down. It dances on the iron, rolls off the right side. Harrison Scott will head to the free throw line. 66-37, a 29-point lead for South Medford. Roseburg girls are on the road at South Medford tonight. Pull up our good friends at Table Rock Sports and see if maybe we can get a score on that one down south for you. Free throw goes through for Harrison Scott. Checking into the game, Scotty Miller for Joey Clevenger. And Gavin Michael will check in. Gavin Michael will go in for Jaden Kemmerly. Second free throw, no good for Scott. And the rebound, able to pull it down, is South Medford. Scotty Miller bring it into the front court, getting hammered, harassed by Trey Brown. Dump it over the top, baseline jumper, off the mark from 8 feet. Offensive board, put back three attempt, no. Long rebound, Brown had it. It gets stripped out of his hands, and South Medford keeps it. Touch pass into the corner, a three. It will go down for Pierce Ashley. Ashley will have his first three of the night. 69-38. Into the front court comes Lobo with 3:04 to go. Handed off to Scott. Draws it out a ways. Attacks right side. Pull up jumper for a long two. He gets sent down to the ground. Goes rolling around a little bit. Lob up the floor. And it goes down for Pacheco. So he gets to run out lay-in. 71-38. Marcus Lobo on the right side, drawing it out. Working against Scotty Miller, attacks with the right hand, spin move, gets trapped. Lobo looks for the cutter. Harrison Scott there, but the bounce pass tipped away. South Medford brings it up the floor, and at the rim, a lay-in attempt won't go for Sammy Huxtable, but Huxtable will head to the free throw line as another foul called against Roseburg. I believe Trey Brown whistled for this one. He'll pick up his first, the senior. They are headed to the fourth quarter in Medford. It is 61-14. South Medford, the number 3 ranked team in girls basketball at the 6A level. They are leading 61-14 against Roseburg down there. Tough one, but you knew it was going to be a tough test for the Roseburg girls against the top-ranked Panthers. Quentin Ritchie will check out of the ball game for South. Back into the game, Johnny Clevenger. Sammy Huxtable at the free throw line. 1 out of 2. 72-38. Driving left side. Brown got stopped and ran into a wall. Turns it over. And we get a foul in the other direction. It'll be the 4th team foul against Roseburg, I believe, so not free throws yet. It'll be the 2nd foul against Brown. So it'll be an inbound in the backcourt for the Panthers. South Medford with 1 game left to go on their league schedule. If they win tonight and if Sheldon were happen to lose at South Eugene tonight, South Medford would wrap up the Southwest Conference title. If they can win tonight and win at South Eugene on Friday, they would secure the title that way as well. Entry pass underneath, tipped around, scramble for the ball. Trey Brown ends up with it. Ball continues to be loose, though. No-look pass, right side. Scotty Miller lines up a wing 3. No. Soaring in for a rebound attempt was Pierce Ashley, and I believe it's Ashley that gets whistled. He whistled for the foul. Minute 50 to go in the third quarter. So you've got Sheldon at South Eugene tonight. If the Axe were to pull off the win against Sheldon, that would be big for South Eugene in their hopes of securing a playoff spot. It would also be big for South Medford. They could secure the league title here tonight. Right wing 3, it's off the mark for Pacheco. Long rebound out to Ashley. He'll bury another one. His second 3 of the period. 75-38. Attacking right side. Lobo hesitation. Got free in the baseline, but had 4 players around him, and he works one up and under from underneath. Marcus Lobo, first points of the night, 75-40. Back out to the top after attacking in. Now getting it back in the corner is Pacheco. To Miller at the top. Bounce pass, find the cutter from the left block. Up, and it spins around and down for Ashley. He's having a big third quarter. He's got 8 points in the period, 77-40. Under a minute to go in the third. Entry pass down underneath. Preston Sprague too strong. And it comes down to the Panthers. Nearly stolen away by Harrison Scott. Lob across the floor. Into the corner. Miller going to attack. And is laying no. Got his own rebound. Puts it back up and drops it down along with the whistle. They will call the foul on Roseburg's Trey Brown, who picks up his third, all here in the third period. You've got coming into the game, Braden Carson, a senior, checking in for South Medford. Jaden Kimmerly will come in for Harrison Scott. 33 and a half seconds to go here in the third quarter. We will get a running clock, it looks, in the fourth. Free throw off the mark for Miller. Can't get the three-point play. Rebound down to Preston Sprague. Under 30 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off in the third period. Push pass, one-handed pass by Brown. Taken away from Lobo. Miller up the floor, rattles one down. 81-40. Trey Brown running the point, brings it across the timeline. Looking left, back to his right, down to 8 seconds to go. Takes it himself, back out to Kemmerly on the right side. In the corner, 3 seconds to go, 2 seconds. Brown's got to do something with it. Will launch a deep three, and he splashes it in. beating the horn. Trey Brown will get his first points of the night. We will head to the fourth quarter after this 1-minute timeout. It is South Medford 81, Roseburg 43 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Fourth quarter action coming up here from Roseburg High School. Big lead for South Medford as they will have a running clock here in the fourth quarter against the Indians. South Medford will have the basketball as well. And it'll be Panthers basketball leading this one 81-43, 38-point advantage. Driving in, tried to dunk one down, and a travel on Roseburg on the other direction. That was Joey Clevenger that tried to throw one down. It did not go. And Roseburg turns it over in the transition. Inbound from the baseline. Inbound into the inbound pass into the middle. It was Johnny Clevenger with it. Roseburg will get the loose ball on the miss, and the Indians have the basketball. Jaden Kemmerly will bring it up the floor. Kemmerly, Brown, Sprague, Lobo, and Michael out on the floor for the Indians. Michael gets it at the top, give it away to Sprague on the right side. Will hand it off to Kemmerly. Gets harassed by Carson. Nearly turned it over. Gets trapped in the corner with it. Tries to feed it to Brown, and it is poked away. Taken away by South Medford. Up the floor, looking to attack. Ball swatted by Sprague on the attack by Atchley, trying to throw down a one-hand tomahawk dunk. Here comes Sprague, behind the back dribble, weaves his way to the rim. He throws it up, no, ends up sliding into the corner. Up the floor, lob to the rim. It's Johnny Clevenger, and the sophomore unable to get the lob and the lay-in. Roseburg gets the rebound. Marcus Lobo with it. 6:30 to go here in the fourth. 81-43. Neither team has scored so far in the fourth quarter. Driving in, Kemmerly hangs. He can't get it to go off the backboard. Pulled down by the Panthers. Weaving his way up the floor, going right to the rim. Trying to also throw down a dunk was Joey Clevenger. And Preston Sprague called for the foul. I think there appears to be one mission and one mission only for South Medford here in the fourth quarter. The ball's going through with a slam dunk. At least that is all the attempts they have had so far. Tonight's game is brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. First one goes through for Clevenger. Final score 74-20. In the girls' game, South Medford wins in that one down in Medford. Safe travels back for the Roseburg girls. Second free throw off the back of the iron. No. Offensive rebound and put back by Jed Johnson. 1 out of 2 for Clevenger, but an offensive putback. It's 84-43. In the right corner, Lobo pulls up for a three. It's short, and the long rebound comes out to Ashley. Hands it off. Up the floor, they push it. Ashley will get it back, attacking from the left wing. Kicks back out from the top. Johnny Clevenger a three. It's off the right iron. Long rebound chased down by Preston Sprague, who will turn, look to attack. Now will hold off as Medford continues to apply pressure in the backcourt. Up on the right side, Lobo dribbles into the corner, hands it off to Kemmerly. He'll toss it all the way across the floor. A three by Brown. Misses everything. And the long rebound is pulled down by Clevenger. Clevenger throws to Clevenger. That's Johnny to Joey. Joey lays it in. And it is 86-43. Going to get a timeout taken by South Medford. We're going to get in a 30-second break and be back in a moment on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
I'm not really sure what the hand signals meant, but South Medford called a timeout, but they just went right back to playing. You didn't miss much. Roseburg brings it up the floor slowly, drives in, and gets a whistle. Heading to the free throw line is going to be senior Trey Brown for an opportunity to add to his 3 points in the ball game. And they called the timeout and then just did like a signal like to just keep it rolling. And so I don't know if that was just an attempt to get some guys in the game or what, but there we go. First free throw goes down for Brown. He's got one more coming. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. 5 points in the game for Trey Brown. Right side three, no good. Rebound pulled down by Preston Sprague. His outlet pass tipped out of bounds by Scotty Miller. From the far sideline, Roseburg will inbound. Carson in the backcourt. Soft pressure as Brown will bring it across the timeline. Trey Brown. Handed off right side to Kemmerly at the wing. Pulls up, looks for the cutter. Brown will pull up for the baseline jumper. Too strong. And up with it is South Medford. 86-45 your score. A three from the right side. A travel though before he lets it fly. Scotty Miller turns it over. Into the game, Sammy Huxtable once again for South Medford. Inbound will come from in front of the South Medford bench for Roseburg. Kemmerly will have it. Clock continues to run, down to 3:38 to go in the contest. Splitting two defenders, lobbing towards the rim. Preston Sprague has it blocked out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to call the foul on Scotty Miller. It's not a shooter. It's inbound underneath the basket for the Indians. Well, a late substitution. Pierce Ashley back into the game is coming out. Jake Von Strahl. Lobo will inbound, gets it into Sprague, who pulls it all the way back out towards the midcourt stripe. Attacks with the left hand, into the corner. Lobo a three, off the iron. High rebound, pulled down by the Panthers. Carson waits for the team to come up the floor. His shot too strong. Rebound pulled down by Roseburg, up to Brown. He tries to squeeze a pass through the middle of the defense, intended for Sprague. It's knocked out of bounds. Lob out to the top, intended for Michael, taken away by, that was Sammy Huxtable, who tried to throw down a two-hand dunk and Preston Sprague's going to get whistled for the foul. The dunk rims out. That'll be number 5 on Preston Sprague. Checking into the game will be Parker Rogers, a senior. And also into the game is Jake Chartier. Well, Rogers says yet he's waiting to check in. Chartier comes in for Sprague. And now we'll wait on Parker Rogers to also get into the game. At the free throw line, Huxtable shooting 2. The first one rims off. Here comes Rogers. He'll go in for Gavin Michael. Only starter left on the floor for Roseburg is Jaden Kemmerly, a senior. The rest are... Marcus Lobo started tonight. He's been kind of in and out of the starting lineup tonight, but he's out there as well still. Another senior. As the free throw goes through for Huxtable on the second one. 87-45. Not a deep bench for Roseburg. Bench seems to be a talking point for the video stream. Ball taken away, up the floor. There goes Johnny Clevenger, the sophomore. Can't get it to go down with one hand. Rebound came out to Atchley, who will drive in, and Pierce Atchley will lay it in. 89-45, new season, no, not a new season high yet for South Medford. Whip a pass into the corner, and Marcus Lobo buries his first 3 of the night. 89-48. On the drive, handed off. Atchley gives it up to Scotty Miller, who pulls up for a 3. No, underneath. The rebound pulled down by Rogers. We'll give it to Trey Brown, who brings it up into the front court. Angling left side. Stopping the left blocks. Lobo, head fake. Back out to Brown. Brown tries to attack, gets in, runs into a wall, and will get called for the travel. Went up with it, didn't have anywhere to go, held on to it, and comes back down. Under a minute to play here in the fourth quarter, and South Medford's going to pick up the win. And they'll wait to check the scoreboard to see if South Eugene was able to help them out. If South Eugene can get a win against Sheldon tonight, then South Medford is your champions in 2026. A deep 3 before the horn by Carson will go out of bounds. Substitution in. Ben Palm will come into the game for Marcus Lobo. Inbound goes to Kemmerly. We're just wasting time on the inbound with the running clock. I think Brown was trying to save time on the clock by rolling it in, but the clock was already running. Kemmerly will bring it up into the front court. Trying to get him to shoot for it. He will. The long 3, no. And the final score, 89-48. South Medford with the victory. We will go ahead and head to our postgame show. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. Back after this with the final numbers on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Back here at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium to wrap up tonight's broadcast of Roseburg High School sports here on The Score. Final score, 89-48 South Medford, improving on their season record to 18-6 overall. They are now 10-1 in conference play. They are possibly your conference champions if South Eugene was able to pull off an upset win over Sheldon tonight. Then South Medford would secure your league title in 2026. If the Irish are able to hold off the Axe, then South Medford will need to win in their final game coming up on Friday when they are on the road against South Eugene at the Purple Pit. If they they have to go there and win that one, and that's possible for the South Medford Panthers to then lock up their fourth league title in 5 seasons. Taking a look at this one, first quarter was competitive through a good portion of it, but a run towards the end of it, South Medford would take an 11-point lead, 25-14. Roseburg rallied, got back within 6 in the second quarter, but South once again would finish on a strong run, and they would pull it back out by double digits, lead 47-34 at halftime. Then in the second half, Roseburg musters just 14 points in the third and fourth quarters, while South Medford will put up 42 in the second half. And the Panthers run away with it here tonight. Taking a look at scoring in this one, your stat update brought to you by Winston Auto Care, your home team for auto repairs for over 25 years. Call them at 541-679-8685. For the visiting Panthers, leading scorer in the ballgame with 16, you had Quentin Ritchie and Jed Johnson, both with 16. 13 for George Pacheco, 12 for Pierce Atchley, 10 for Scotty Miller, 8 for Jake Von Strahl, 9 for Joey Clevenger, 2 for Sammy Huxtable, and 2 for Johnny Clevenger. On the other side for Roseburg, leading scorer in the ballgame for the Indians and leading scorer overall is Harrison Scott with 18. Also in double figures, Gannon Egbert with 11. Marcus Lobo finished with 5. Tristan Frabel with 5. Jaden Kemmerly with 4. Trey Brown with 2. And that is all your scorers in this one tonight for the Roseburg Indians. Indians will be on the road at Sheldon coming up on Friday, and then they'll be back here at home 1 week from tonight to wrap up the season as they will host South Eugene for senior night on Tuesday, 1 week from today. Other scores tonight, Roseburg girls fall to South Medford 74-20, and the Roseburg JV team lost prior to the varsity matchup 61-37. Congratulations to McLean Stedman for winning the Bidwell Foundation free throw shooting contest and a $1,000 scholarship here this evening. Hayden Weir earning a $500 scholarship. And congratulations to Amelia Van Dyke on winning the girls competition from the Bidwell Foundation, earning the $1,000, and Peyton Stahl getting $500. So there you go. That is a look at how things played out here tonight. All the action here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Coming up next for South Medford, they're at South Eugene on Friday night, tipping off at 7:30 for their final game of the regular season. For the Roseburg boys, on the road in Eugene against Sheldon. That's an earlier start time for that one. They're getting started at 5:15. So we'll have pregame coverage starting at 5 o'clock on Friday from Eugene for those that would like to tune in and catch Roseburg on the road against the Irish. That's going to do it for us here tonight, folks. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining us for tonight's broadcast. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and joining us along the way. As you might have been tuning in on the radio or listening online or watching the live video stream, however you may be tuning in, it's always great to have you with us for another broadcast of Roseburg High Sports. Want to say thanks to the South Medford Panthers and their fans for making the trek up here today. Safe travels back home as the winter weather is coming through. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Brett Nixon, and the entire Roseburg boys basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. Thanks to Britton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. And as always, thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. Because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keeran. We'll catch up with you on Friday night when the Roseburg Indians head to Eugene to take on the Sheldon Irish. The game tips off at 5:15. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 5 o'clock. You can find the action streaming with a live video simulcast at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, or you can find us right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.